All right, folks, here we go again. This is the official. I guess it is official now. If you want to do 3 episodes, it's official. It's real. We almost have a logo. We almost have some design sense going on. It's almost a real thing, and maybe in a few weeks this will be an official real thing, and we'll talk about why that is during the show tonight as well. Tonight we're going to attempt to talk about something that hopefully at least a couple of us know what we're talking about. We're going to do a little bit of crime movies, some thrillers, The Mob, Scarface, Casino, Heat. You know all that stuff. Goodfellas, Untouchables, The Godfather, and so on. We're just going to chat about all these things, and you all are welcome to try and convince me that Casino is not the greatest mob movie ever made, and that Heat is not the greatest crime thriller ever made, because those two top my list. I am Tom Hutchison, of course, back again for whatever this is, will become, or might never be. I have two guests with me tonight, two co-hosts, as always. Up first is Mr. Jim E. Noble.
Hello.
Is it a Doom shirt?
It's a Boom shirt.
It's a Boom shirt. Oh, okay. All right. All right. It's going to be like you're bringing video games in here. I don't know about that. All right. Boom is acceptable. Boom is acceptable. And of course, our third wheel, Mr. David Fought.
Hey guys,
is here. Already claiming internet difficulties, so if he should be bouncing in and out, we'll know why. We'll see. We'll
if I get out just for a second, I'll be back.
Dave still has not figured out how to use the caps lock to get his name capitalized.
No,
he is still just Little Dave.
I'm just gonna be Little Dave tonight.
Oh.
So this is episode 3. You all know how this works. No, you don't, because we don't know how this works. This is a nonsense show. We are of course broadcasting live on Facebook on my feed. We are also live tonight on Twitch.
Yay!
Because why not? If anyone out there in Twitch land is interested in joining us, feel free to post comments, join the discussion, ask questions, and so on and so on. That goes for everybody on Facebook and so on as well. I know there's a lot of stuff happening on Facebook tonight. There's a bunch of live people. So anybody that is joining us, we thank you for spending your time with us. We'll be here for not quite a couple of hours. I have a live show I have to do at midnight. Dear God. As far as doing a live selling show tonight.
Why is that, Tom?
In addition, the Ursa Minor Kickstarter ends at 11:45. So we'll probably talk about the Kickstarter a little bit, just so you guys can get in your final pledges or add-ons or whatever it is you want to do. We're hovering really close to that 18,000 mark. It's always nice when those big buyers drop out right in the last 2 hours. Isn't that great? Isn't that always fun?
Oh,
fantastic.
That's the worst. It's like, wow, all right, we unlocked the stretch goal, and you're like posting an update, then you refresh it, and then it's like, oh no, we haven't unlocked it now.
It's just like, hey, we've got some momentum. It's happening. It's happening. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Where the fuck did that $100 go? And you know, somebody's dropped out. It's like, oh my God, now we got to like rebuild that. Oh my God. So, but you know, this is the life of the Kickstarter world, folks. It is stressful as all hell. So, you know, especially for us little guys who are, you know, not Brian Polito.
Guys like me. I'm a guy like me.
I don't know what the hell I am. So,
David, what are you holding? What is that?
This is my massive T-square.
Well, because why?
Because I use it to make straight lines when I draw.
Are you drawing while talking tonight?
No, I'm just resting my head on it.
Or is this is like the this is like the opposite of Steph Wilson. It's like there's the circle guy and there's the T guy.
I am the square guy.
Oh, circle gets the square.
Square.
What's up, Mr. Frago? Welcome for joining us.
Hello.
We've got Trish
Hello.
and Mike are here as well.
Yay!
If you're watching, folks, just shout out. Let us know that you're here. I can see that a bunch of people are watching. So, but I don't know who you are until you tell us who you are. So,
Yeah.
There's Mr. Schiff. See, that's how you do it. Boom.
Oh,
Tell us
yay.
you're here so that we can we can know what's going on. So again, tonight we're just going to kind of chit chat about the old mob, ye old mob. And there is Mr. Napier. Hello. For me, this was a weird one because Jim was like, "Hey, let's do this," and I was like, "Yeah, but I haven't really seen a lot of these movies, or in a lot of cases, I've seen them, but I haven't seen all of them. It's not really my genre. Like cop stuff, mob stuff, gangster stuff. It's not really my genre. So the movies that I like that we'll talk about tonight, I feel like should be at the top of everyone's list because if they made me give a damn, that's got to mean something. It's got to mean they're probably pretty good for one reason or another." Starting with Showgirls. No, it's
Starting with Jason Goes to Hell. No, never mind.
Yeah, welcome to part 4 of our Jason Goes to Hell talk.
Showgirls go to hell. Yeah.
Showgirls go to hell.
So I'm not really sure how to start this. So I'm just gonna throw a couple of things out that I think are for me top of the charts, and then you guys can tell me like what are your tops, and we can kind of figure out where we want to go with this. To me, I mean, I've seen a bunch of gangster movie stuff. There's all kinds of like, I'm big into Vegas stuff, like history of Vegas and Vegas in general. I do write Penny for Your Soul, which is the Las Vegas comic book, of course. So I love Vegas. So just because of that, I think was probably one of the reasons that I love Casino so much. Not the least of which is the fact that it has a cast of gods in it as well. But and Billy Bob Thornton, by the way.
Yep. A lot of people forget that.
Yeah. And so Casino for me is probably, and you guys might bring some other movies up that I might be like, oh yeah, I forgot about that. But for Casino for me is probably the absolute top mobster / gangster movie for me. It's about the Vegas mob that of course connects back to the Midwest mob and so on and so on and so on.
Yeah.
Got gambling in it, which I fucking love to gamble on the sports games. Like it checks off all the boxes for me. You're burying people in the desert. I mean, never mind. Forget that part. Forget about that part. And then as far as like going into like sort of, it's still kind of mob gang related, but it's not as I mean, it is kind of organized. But it's kind of more of like a crime thriller, and it is another De Niro movie. Is Heat, which I think is. I don't do police drama stuff really. I'm not really even big into the gun movies, like the action stuff. Like I've seen it. It's fine. It doesn't resonate with me. I'll watch it, but it's not like, ooh man. But Heat kind of has all of that. It's got the cops, it's got the gangs, it's got the guns. Again, it's got a freaking cast from hell. It's amazing. So, for me, right off the top of my head, as I was kind of thinking about, okay, what is it that I like in this genre at all? And then a couple of others, like I like The Untouchables quite a bit. I think that was a great movie. Again, another De Niro movie. 3 De Niros. I've given you 3 De Niros. All right, the 3 De Niros. That has to be a movie, like the 3. we need to be a 3 De Niros movie. So there's a couple that just off the top of my head are my favorites. So give me your thoughts on where you guys are and what you like.
Okay, David, you want to go first?
Oh, okay. I'm gonna be completely honest. Like I'm kind of like Tom.
Wait, you were the one who came up with the idea.
I know, but like I am not big on like the bigger ones. Like I have never seen The Godfather or any of them.
I've seen pieces of The Godfather, but not all. Here's the funny part. I've seen The Godfather 3. None of them.
Oh my god!
You've seen the worst of all of them. What?
I've never seen Casino. Sorry, Tom. I've never watched it.
Oh my god! So David, we're just gonna take David out. We're just gonna start the show over.
My favorite ones. Or I love Goodfellas. Goodfellas is one of my favorite movies.
See, that's a big on everybody's list usually, and I have not seen that.
Oh, Tom, God,
Tom.
Goodfellas. My top 4, which 2 of them kind of don't fit in this category, but I'm gonna go ahead and say them. Goodfellas, Untouchables. Untouchables is one of my favorites.
Mhm.
I love that. You know, you got Sean Connery.
Mhm.
You got that one creepy ass dude. I can't remember his name. He always played in the westerns. I can't remember his name. He played the assassin on there. Which I love watching him act. The guy, you know, that's always like this.
Yeah, I know who you're talking about. I can't think of his name off the top of my head.
Yeah. And I love Reservoir Dogs. That's one of my favorites.
That's a good one. That's a good heist one.
I love that movie. Pinky, White, everybody, all them. And the one me and Jim was talking about, which I'm going to bring up, it's not really a mob movie. It's kind of an action, kind of a mob movie. Yeah. Oh, Brother, Where Art Thou? That is like one of my favorite kind of mob. It's not really a mob. It's more of a prison breakout movie, Odyssey type movie.
Right. Yeah. It's a modern day. Well, I guess not modern day, but it's a modern adaptation of the Odyssey.
But yeah, as far as like, I seen Heat a long time ago. I don't remember too much about it. I seen it when I first got. I remember it has Val Kilmer in it and a good cast.
Really good cast.
It's a good. It's a good cast. I mean, it's good.
It's a good cast, man. Yeah, that's probably.
Isn't it interesting, really quickly, that all these kind of mob movies like this, they all have usually these like ridiculous casts. Like, it's like Hollywood actors love these freaking movies, and they're just like, dude, there's another one, put me in it.
But also, like, what's really crazy too is like if you look at Goodfellas and you look at the cast of Goodfellas, and then literally, do you know how many members of Goodfellas, like they might have had small roles, they might have been a background character. A majority of those guys were in the freaking Sopranos.
Oh yeah, exactly.
That's what's really crazy. Like guys who weren't big names then, but then they became big names because of that show.
Yeah. Which is another mob show I've never seen.
Oh, it's really great. I'd highly recommend it. HBO.
I've seen like a couple episodes, but I haven't seen. Yeah,
it's really good. It's definitely worth watching. There's a lot to take in. It's not like because TV is different than movies. Obviously, you know you can't just have hour-long episodes of them just going shooting people up, doing drug deals, all that stuff, and then they got to pace it out. They don't just randomly start killing people every episode. There's something different. It's very unique. And it's about guys from Jersey. It's different. It's a different take as opposed to New York.
All right, Jim, your turn.
Well, so Heat, I really love Heat, specifically for one reason, because Yank My Area. I mean, Hank Azaria is in that movie.
Hank Azaria,
really?
Yeah. Hank Azaria is in that movie, and he's getting questioned. He's getting questioned by Al Pacino, which leads to one of the greatest Al Pacino quotes of film cinema history when he's going, "Great ass! She's got a great ass!" And then, like everyone says, "Scent of a woman." Hooah! Like no, great ass. I mean, that is
it's like because she's got a great ass. Eyes are like saucer cup.
Yeah.
Right? It's funny. Dude is awesome.
It's a different take on Al Pacino considering the other movies he's in, like Scarface, Godfather. Godfather is very timid. Scarface, he's kind of over the edge, and this one is just like.
Yeah, Scarface is another one I've never seen.
Oh my God.
Yeah, I know. I mean, I know of them and I know the plots and everything and all, but I've just never seen the movies. That sounds stupid. Like I've never seen the movies, but I can tell you the plot.
And that's what I'm saying. I think that this genre is for very specific group of people. And if you're not
Italian Americans,
if you're not engaged with the guns and all that kind of stuff, you've got to find your way in somehow. And that's why with Casino for me it's Vegas. So I'm going to watch a Vegas movie almost anytime it's a Vegas movie. I don't care what your genre is. I'm going in. Like Leaving Las Vegas is like, holy shit, that's a hell of a movie.
That's a good movie.
Yeah. It's not a mob movie for those that are wondering, but I'm just saying, like, Vegas movies for me, I'm like, I'm going into your Vegas movie. I'm going to check it out. But so then I got Casino, which I ended up loving all parts of it. So Heat, I got taken to. It was just guys' night out. They were going to go see a movie. We're going to see this Heat movie. I'm like, what the hell is this? Another one of your stupid action movies. And this is like, God damn, this was good. So, you know. So yeah, it's very hit and miss for me. Untouchables, I didn't see in the theater. It was like HBO. I saw it on HBO or something at the time. So a lot of this stuff I kind of stumble upon. The Godfather 3 was, again, it was just people were like, I was with friends and they were like, hey, Godfather 3 is out. We're gonna go see it. And I was like,
holy shit,
I don't care. And they're like, well, just come anyway. I'm like, okay, fine. And so I saw Godfather 3. I have I have literally zero memory of it, other than what I believe is Francis Ford Coppola's daughter, like really long black hair. Is that her? Okay. She's the only thing that I remember from the movie. Like, I don't remember story. I remember nothing, but I remember her, and I was like, oh, she's all right. And that was it. That's my, I mean, and I've seen pieces of The Godfather since, but it has never been like, I'm going to sit down and watch The Godfather. Yeah. Same with Scarface. I've seen a lot of parts of Scarface. But never like all the way through. It's the same way with The Predator. Do you know to this day, I have never watched The Predator from beginning to end.
Wait, the Predator or Predator?
Arnold Schwarzenegger Predator. Yeah.
Holy shit, dude.
Now, I have seen all of it, but never in a sitting, like from beginning to end. Okay. Because when I worked at Jesse James Comics, he would just have movies playing all the time in the thing.
Okay.
And Predator was one of them. So it was just on a loop. And so invariably, I've seen every second of The Predator, but never just like, hey, I'm going to watch The Predator.
Man, I thought I was about to call 911 for a second. My heart was like, oh my God, dude.
And in Tom's defense, too, like, I think it was like the fourth or fifth time when I actually finally saw the beginning of Predator. So basically, flipping through the channels, I would see The Predator and I'd start watching it. But it was always after Jesse Ventura gets killed. So I didn't know Jesse Ventura was even in the movie.
Oh my God. I got no time to bleed. He's like, what the hell? You hear people quoting that like, I ain't got no time to bleed. And you're like, what the hell are you talking about? That quote was not in that movie.
Oh yeah, right. And you guys are a bunch of slack-jawed faggots. Yeah. this shit will make you a sexual tyrannosaurus.
This will make you a sexual tyrannosaurus.
That's also got the most governors in a movie.
Yep.
Jason Ventura's a governor too.
Which I know
that's a hell of a trivia question. Like, which movie has the most governors acting in it?
Oh, yeah,
right. Right? Who would have thought? Like the one about the guys in the jungle with an alien.
Yeah,
with those skin dudes in the trees that was hanging upside down. Don't know what happened.
Man. Yeah,
and but we're kind of going off the rails here real quick, but I finally watched the new one.
The Predator,
the Shane Black one.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, I didn't like. You put a kid in the movie, you already know that they're going to tone down the violence.
They didn't. No, they didn't.
They could have done more.
It's still bad.
Listen, Shane Black is 0-3 for me. Iron Man 3 and this Predator piece of crap. He is 0.
Yeah,
it's 2 movies and he's 0-3. I'm just going right to 0-3. He's out.
Didn't he help with RoboCop 3, or was that just Fred Decker?
RoboCop 3, dude, you're going back like 20 years now.
I know, but it was like Fred Decker had done that one, I think, too.
What am I thinking on? What's the wait? Hold on. Wait, let me think.
What are you trying to think about?
I'm thinking of Shane Black. He did a movie that like killed his career, like almost killed his career.
That seemed like every movie.
Last Action Hero.
Oh, that's him.
Last Action Hero. Yeah, golden ticket my ass.
Yeah, I like that movie. Shut up. I'm weird. That's one of my favorite B movies.
But there were some great scenes in that movie, like that scene where he's at the movie store and it's got Schwarzenegger as the Terminator. I mean,
no, it's Schwarzenegger. It's Schwarzenegger. It's Stallone. No, wait, hold on. It's all. Yeah. It's weird. It's weird.
Yeah.
It's weird.
Stallone is the Terminator, and then they have.
Listen, even crappy movies have good moments, but it doesn't make the movie any better.
Right.
So yeah, Trish, Vegas movies, National Plan, Vegas Vacation is a fantastic movie. It is a fantastic movie. Mr. Papa Giorgio will live forever in
Mr.
infamy.
Papa Giorgio.
Yeah. It's a great Vegas movie. Yes, we are watching. Well, no, we're watching two streams, guys. It's all in one screen. You guys are all in one thing for us.
Yeah.
But you're either watching us on Twitch or you're watching us on my feed. Did you guys share this?
I did, but no.
I think it is. I told Chris
if you're looking at Jim or David from their shares, you won't be able to comment. You've got to come into my feed to actually do the comments. So yeah.
Yeah.
I still wish we can find a way to read the comments, but we can't.
I can read them.
I can't. I don't know what it is. It's for some reason. So if you guys shout out to me or something, I don't respond. Don't freak out.
We got it. We're taking care of this.
The Departed. That I really like. The Departed. That, have you guys seen that one?
I have, and this is why I don't like the genre. I was bored out of my mind.
What?
Like legitimately, like I'm bored out of my goddamn mind.
Oh no!
Yeah.
Which one? You cut out right when you said it. Which one was you talking about?
The Departed.
I've seen it once. I liked it, but I haven't seen it. Yeah, I've seen it once, and I liked it.
It's got old boy Marky Mark in it. He's wearing the things on his shoes and just blasts Matt Damon in the head. I mean,
that
such a great movie. So then, like, Matt Damon just walks through the door and he's just like, he's holding the guitar. She's like, all right, like,
bye.
Like, Departed is really good. I really like, as far as mob movies go, I mean, Goodfellas is definitely, my movie for sure. Joe Pesci, man, what am I? Ha ha, funny like a clown. And then he kills Michael Imperioli. He freaking Spider in the movie freaking shoots him up, and
he's right there too. Just
blam.
What you think of funny?
Godfather Part 2. I mean, how can you not like Godfather Part 2? Well, Tom, you haven't even seen 1 or 2.
I haven't either.
No, somebody in the room said that Godfather 2 was the best of them, though. So
that's what I've heard.
It is the best. But Godfather 1 though has, it's got the memorable scenes that get quoted in other movies as well, like like all the damn scenes with what's his name, fucking gay guy. He fucked a lot of famous dudes in Hollywood. He was in that movie where he goes to the island with Val Kilmer.
Why
am I thinking on his name right now? I'm blanking on his name. The guy who played the Godfather.
My God, Tom, come on.
Tom, you know him.
Oh, the Godfather himself. Oh yeah. That's Superman's dad.
Yeah.
What's his name? God damn it.
I can't remember it.
We all forgot his name.
Why am I forgetting his name?
Marlon Brando.
Marlon Brando.
Yeah, I mean, he's got you got the lines from Marlon Brando in that movie, and then there's that scene where Jimmy Kahn, he stops at the freaking toll booth, and all of a sudden, the guy just goes down, and then boom, all those guys with the guns, and they just hit him. Here's the best part, man. They shoot the dude up, they kill him. He's dead. He's already dead. Like, they shot him like with 1,000 bullets, and then the one guy just fucking kicks him in the head. Like, come on, the dude's dead, and you're just gonna kick him while he's down. I mean, god damn.
I just thought of another one real quick, and Chris is going to kill me on this because she's going to hear it. We can kind of qualify as a mob movie. Cannonball Run 2.
Yeah.
Dom DeLuise is the Corleone.
Love it.
He's dead.
Absolutely. Dude, most of the people in those movies are dead. It's depressing. Yeah. It's depressing. Like I got the Cannonball Run, the first one, on Blu-ray not long ago, and there's a really great commentary track by the director and I think the cinematographer or something. But as I got to the end of it and I'm listening to this commentary, I'm realizing, God damn, all these guys are dead. Like, I think the only one that's left is like Adrian Barbeau, Jackie Chan. There's a few of them, and I'm like, why is there not like somebody trying to get something together here before they're all croaked? And this movie is essentially dust in the wind.
Have like a special edition pack, like both of them.
Yeah, I mean, listen, it's 1980. It was a 1980 movie. Yeah, it's a full freaking 40-year anniversary, and there's nothing here this year. Like, what is going on?
Burt Reynolds, Dean Martin, Sammy Davis Jr. all dead.
Yeah, Dom DeLuise. I mean, even tall guy that was with Jackie Chan.
Oh, Large.
Large.
He's gone.
Yeah. Jaws. Did he
Yeah,
play
Jaws.
Jaws on James Bond?
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I know what you're talking about. He's got the most recognizable face. You just can't think of his name.
Yeah.
He's gone. It's really depressing because you think about all these commentaries that we get now in modern movies, and I'm like, damn, man, we're not going to get any of this.
No.
You know,
Conway,
for all these old movies.
Yeah. What was it?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, with the monkey. The whole
I mean,
monkey
listen,
driving the
Terry
car.
Bradshaw is in the first one. Can you imagine putting Adrian Barbeau, Terry Bradshaw, and Jackie Chan on a commentary? Holy crap!
Oh,
that would be amazing.
They gotta have stories, right? I mean, I'm looking at the picture of the cast.
Yeah.
Half the photos are black and white photos.
Yeah.
God, dude.
And the other one's like the guy who played Jaws. Like he looks like freaking Charles Manson. He's like old. His eyes aren't even open all the way. He's got a beard.
God.
It's like, Jesus Christ, these guys are all dead.
Yeah. Yeah. Roger Moore
He's
is gone.
He's like, these guys are all dead.
Yeah.
Hey,
And the girl, the blonde girl, I can never remember.
Wasn't the first one Farrah Fawcett?
freaking
Farrah Fawcett.
name? Well, no, the blonde girl in the Lamborghini.
Yeah.
She was with Adrian Barbeau. Farrah Fawcett was in the ambulance with Burt Reynolds.
Oh, that's right.
But I can remember who the blonde girl is. I think she's still around too. So
I can't remember the first one too much. I always just watch the second one a lot.
it's like it's like I feel like I feel like I want to get into, you know, like the movie side of things more in my life, because I feel like that stuff is things that get overlooked a lot. And that's why I love things like Scream Factory when they do things like that Jason set. Whatever.
Oh yeah.
Like there's people that are out there going like, dude, we have to like do something for these movies. And you know, maintain relevance and you know, and so on. And sort of honor the people that have done this stuff.
I was
you know,
that the Friday the 13th documentary that they did where they cover all the films. When that came out, like what, 2010, 2011?
Yeah,
like,
the Camp Crystal Lake memories or something, or memoirs, or
yeah, like there's like 3 people in there that they interviewed, and then they died before the thing even came out. It's like, geez, like that might be their last interview.
And then there's like one that's
all that
like,
stuff is on these discs. That Crystal Lake Memory stuff, it's on these discs. So, yeah, it's broken up across all the discs.
And then there's one more that was like, and then I might be crossing them up. It might be the Camp Crystal Lake one, but there's one that that Christy got that's hosted by Corey Feldman.
Yeah, that's the Camp
Is that the Crystal Lake one?
Yeah, Feldman.
Okay, so then there's 25 years of Jason too, and 25 years of Michael Myers.
Oh, I haven't seen
two
those.
documentaries out. So sorry, we went back.
So somehow we rounded it right back around to Friday the 13th.
We did. We always get back to our movies.
And this is why we're talking about Jason Goes to Hell.
Yeah.
No. But you know, another one we could talk about, if you want to talk about Vegas and horror.
Yeah.
We could talk about Leprechaun 3.
No.
Yes, you like Vegas. I mean, it's really good.
I mean, if it's a Vegas movie, I'm sure I will be like, okay, let's watch this giant steaming pile of Leprechaun.
I mean, it's got Carolina Williams from Texas Chainsaw 2 in it. That's the only redeeming factor.
So I'm seeing
Road to Redemption.
So I brought up the top 31. Apparently, it seems like a very arbitrary movie. Or arbitrary number. There's a lot of things on here I've never heard of. There's a few that I have. There's more De Niro, A Bronx Tale.
Bronx Tale. God, that movie's so underrated. Also, the kid who plays the son of De Niro in that movie. So like what 10 he was a big upcoming star because he was in A Bronx Tale.
Is that Chaz Palminteri?
I don't know his name.
I think that might have been him.
I'm just looking at pictures here, and I'm like, they mentioned his name, so I wasn't sure if that was it.
Hold on, his name? No, Chaz. No, that's not it. No, the kid was Lilo Brancato Jr. Okay. So he was like up and coming. He was in that. He was in A Bronx Tale, right? I think that was his first movie. And then he was in Renaissance Man with Danny DeVito and a very young Mark Wahlberg. Okay. So Mark Wahlberg's in it, right? And so then this dude goes on to he was a character in The Sopranos, right? And then like he got in a shootout with the police in real life, and it killed his career because he got in a shootout with the cops.
Oh shit!
And I was at a con last year, and a guy came up to me and he goes, "Hey, we run a con up here in Oklahoma. Right now we're getting all the guests together. If you want to come, right now the big guest we have is that kid from the Bronx Tale." And I was like,
"Oh wow,
like you got him to do, like you're getting like that's your big guest for the show is you're getting that guy to do the show, like the dude who got in a shootout with the police." Like I'm sure it didn't cost much. That's pretty cool. But yeah, Bronx Tale, definitely. That's if you haven't seen that one, I highly recommend. Really good one. This is a coming of age story, kind of. You know, it's Also, the kid. When did Bronx Tale come out? Bronx Tale came out 93.
90s?
Yeah, 93.
93.
The kid. Who am I thinking of? Wait, hold on. Okay, I'm looking at the cast. There's a dude that's got duck lips now. Jesus. He's definitely a Jersey guy.
Are you telling me Howard the Duck played on DuckTale or on Bronx Tale?
There was a kid in that movie that he played like in a lot of movies in the 90s as a kid, as a young version. Like the kid who played a young Howard Stern also played a young Tony Soprano in The Sopranos.
Really?
Yeah. I'm pretty sure. I think it might have been the same kid who played the young version of the kid in Bronx Tale. Could be wrong. They all the kids look the same to me. They got the brown. They all look like Fred Savage.
Yeah, that picture that I saw. Yes, 100%. A little more thin in the face, but you say Fred Savage, I say yeah. Yeah.
They want. That's what the 90s wanted. They wanted kids that look like Fred Savage. They wanted the next Fred Savage. They got Ben Savage. He was all right.
You look like Fred Savage. Come on down. We got a movie for you.
That's funny.
We got a movie deal. We got a TV series that is going to ruin your career.
Never mind. I got shot up by cops, but we'll be fine.
What else is on that list there?
Tom? So I just kind of scanned through it really quick because I was curious. A lot of these I've not heard of. I would say 75% of them are all De Niro movies, which is amazing. And about 50% of them are Al Pacino movies.
Yep.
There's one that I'm seeing here called Layer Cake that has Daniel Craig and Cole Meany from Star Trek, which is interesting. That is 2004.
Faintly remember that one.
I've never heard of that ever in my lifetime.
Snatch is a good one.
Snatch, yes.
Snatch is not on the list. New Jack City, Mario Van Peebles, Judd Nelson, Ice-T.
Yeah, I've seen New Jack City. That's
a good one.
That movie's yeah.
I liked it.
Man.
Did it have Wesley Snipes in it too? Or is that
wrong?
One
that has Chris Rock in it as a crackhead?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Chris Rock as Pookie.
Yeah, I remember that one. Yeah.
I have not seen that. That's one that I remember growing up. It came out. I remember specifically it came out because it had a really good cast. But again, it's not my genre, so I never really got to it.
Look at Judd Nelson in that movie.
Yeah, I'm looking right at him.
He's wearing sunglasses, right? Mm-hmm. Like if you were to tell
the hair sticking up like this.
Yeah. He's got like the Vanilla Ice haircut, right? If you were to tell me that the bully from freaking Breakfast Club would look like that in the 90s, I'd be like, no fucking way. That guy's gonna look like that.
Well, and Mr. Judd Nelson is also the voice of freaking Hot Rod in the Transformers movie. Like, whoa, all right.
Yeah, the original Transformers movie. Yeah. Everyone forgets about that. Like no one.
I don't forget about that.
No, I watch that one at least.
Anyone forgetting about that is not coming on this show.
Yeah.
It's like that's a prerequisite. It's one of the questions.
That's
like,
correct. Who was the voice of Hot Rod? Otherwise, you can't get on this show. Yeah.
Or better yet, who was the voice of? Oh crap!
He doesn't even remember the character's name. Unicron.
Yeah. Ask that, and people will be like, Orson Welles.
Yeah, Orson Welles. I believe that was his last role.
It was.
He died after playing Unicron.
It was pretty close.
Yeah.
And then
You had
Leonard
Robert
Nimoy was
Stack. You
Galvatron.
had Leonard Nimoy was Galvatron.
Yep.
I mean, you had a great. Obviously, there was a lot of the original
Great
voices,
cast.
but you had a great, additional cast for Transformers.
For,
When I was a
for
kid-
movie, they brought out the big names for the movie.
When I was a kid, I played that soundtrack all the time. I drove Christy and them crazy.
Dude, the summer of Transformers and Top Gun, those soundtracks were on constant loop.
Yeah.
Just constant loop. Yeah.
Then I discovered Kenny Loggins, like you said, with Top Gun. Then I played the freaking
Hot Rod did not kill Optimus
No.
Prime, but he was certainly an accomplice.
yeah. He kind of like we don't want to spoil it.
If,
We
you
don't
put
spoil
him,
it
if
for
it's
young.
40 years old, we're spoiling it.
Imagine making a movie and they kill off the biggest character of the franchise. Like,
Yeah.
I remember
Optimus Prime?
freaking and I never saw that in the theater, which is bizarre to me. And I remember the trailers, like where you're seeing Prime like just getting blasted apart, and I'm just like, what is going on? Yeah, but that was truly the age of we're making something to sell toys, because they had to kill off all the old dudes in order to introduce all the new toys.
Now, did you guys know? And here we go again. The girl that played RC
Okay.
on the Transformers movie
Okay.
is the one that played Tina's mom on Friday the 13th Part 7.
No,
would
I
never,
refuse to
Yes.
believe this. I
would never.
refuse
Look it
to
up.
believe this.
Look
refuse.
it up.
I refuse.
Is Tina's mom off of Friday the 13th Part 7? And she
No.
actually came back for a new series and played RC for a little bit.
No.
You know, it's real funny. Yeah, like you were saying at the like with the Transformers had to sell toys because, they were doing those comic books for the Transformers on Marvel.
Yeah.
The first like 30 issues of Transformers is the first appearance of a new Autobot or Decepticon.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
It's like they got to issue 7 and they introduced the Dinobots. And then it's like, oh, yeah, you just got to keep making more. So we keep making more toys.
I remember, for years I had the videotape. And, videotapes had nothing in the way of, special features and shit. And I remember getting for Christmas one year, they had that, I forgot what anniversary it was of the DVD. They had, the clear cover with the deal in it and everything. It was really cool, 2 discs. And I remember watching the making of it, and they actually said that, we just made this movie to kill off Optimus and all and bring in new toys and all. I'm like, you just killed my career. And, that's what they said. They said, we wanted to kill off all the old toys to bring in new ones back then. I'm like, how dare you?
IMDb is pissing me off, but I'm almost there.
Okay.
That's what she said.
I was wrong.
Bum.
Okay, here we go. It is the actress's name is Susan Blue.
Yeah.
Blue with a BLUE or blue
Just
with
BLU. Just BLU.
Oh.
Hell you.
This is Blue.
I'm scrolling. She's in a ton of TV stuff.
Yeah. Voice actress
She's
and all.
huge voice actor. Yeah. Good Lord. I don't even know how to. She was on the Godzilla animated series.
Yeah. Oh,
How
yeah.
did you not know that, Tom?
Because I didn't watch that pile of crap.
Now, if you
Oh,
prove me
man.
wrong, I'll be disappointed because I've heard that for years. It was on the.
So I'm into the live action stuff. She was on Knight Rider.
Yep.
Oh,
She was on The Incredible Hulk.
wait.
Dude, I do not see anything.
God damn it. They even said
They
on
lied.
TV, you bastards.
They told me Bob Barker died 10 years ago, and I believed it.
How dare them?
Okay, hold on. I'm gonna tackle this a different way and see. No, there she is. Miss Susan Blue is Mrs. Shepard. Yes, there it is.
Yep.
Well, goddamn,
Yep. I lost my shit when I heard that.
that is a wild crossover, man.
The more you know.
That is a seriously wild crossover. Amazing. That's amazing.
And then she actually, which is on there probably someplace too, which I don't know if should they credit her or not. she came back actually in the movie. They had like RC for like 5 seconds.
Yeah.
And she was actually the voice of it.
Yeah, right before they got blown up.
Yeah, right before they killed her off. But you couldn't really tell it's her because they digitized it and all. But yeah, it was her on that too.
She was in Robotech. She was in Kong. She has been everywhere. Wow, that's amazing.
So, as far as crime movies go, would Pulp Fiction fall into that category?
Oh, sure. Yeah, of course.
Pulp Fiction is really good.
Especially you're talking about the big bad guy. I can't think of Ving Rhames.
Yeah, Ving Rhames, the one who got fucked in the ass.
Yes.
Yeah.
He's just like Ned Beatty in Deliverance. They're always going to remember of them getting fucked in the butt. It's like you could be a tough guy in all the other movies after Pulp Fiction, but you'll always be remembered as the guy who took it from Zed.
Yeah, Zed.
Zed's dead. Yeah, that's great.
Dead, babe.
Yeah, Pulp Fiction. That was the second Tarantino film after Reservoir Dogs, too.
Yeah.
I really like Reservoir Dogs a lot. Tim Roth is an outstanding actor, I think.
I have not been able to get through Reservoir Dogs, but I'm not a Tarantino guy. I can barely watch Tarantino movies. There's a few that I can get through, but most of them are just not. I can't. It's like Rob Zombie. I just can't watch these things.
True Romance
was okay.
That's a good crime movie.
It's okay.
Wild movie, kind of.
Yeah, that wasn't Tarantino though.
No,
it was written by Tarantino.
Oh, was it?
Yeah, it was written by him, but I went directed by
him. It was like one of the first scripts he ever sold to Hollywood.
Yeah,
with that. That's got a very young James Gandolfini who would go on to play Tony Soprano.
Interesting.
Yeah,
there's definitely like a theme, not a theme, but there's definitely like a track through most of these movies. Like if you're in one gangster movie or mob movie or whatever, you're probably in a few more.
Yeah,
because you fit whatever these movies want.
Yeah.
The fact that De Niro and Pacino and Pesci are in basically 90% of all gangster movies.
Either they got typecasted or they're really good friends with the directors, like Martin Scorsese. I mean, how many mob movies has Martin Scorsese made? Like 5, 6, 7.
Right. Yeah.
Actually, matter of fact, hold on. Let's see. Martin. I'm not even going to try to spell his name. Thank you, Google. He's still alive. He just did The Irishman. I don't know if you guys saw that one.
I haven't. I didn't really hear great things about it, so I haven't bothered.
I tend to not pay attention to reviews. Like, if it's a movie that brings Joe Pesci back into acting, I got to see it.
I got to see it.
I didn't want to read any of the reviews on it until after I saw it because reviews like Roger Ebert's not going to convince me not to see half the movies that he tells me are bad.
Yeah, I'm the same way. But you're talking about the Irishman is, again, you're talking about a genre that I don't give a shit about. So if all of a sudden I'm like, yeah, everybody's kind of down on this, I'm like, yeah, I'm probably not going to care.
Yeah.
Yeah, here we go. Yeah, let's see. Oh yeah, he did Taxi Driver, freaking Raging Bull.
De Niro.
Goodfellas, Cape Fear, another De Niro. He did Gangs of New York.
Huh?
That's when DiCaprio started showing up.
Yeah, okay.
Gangs of New York, he started getting Leo. So he did The Aviator, The Departed, Shutter Island, The Wolf of Wall Street. Island. Like what? I think all those had what's his name in it? DiCaprio. And
that's all DiCaprio. Yeah.
The Irishman. But yeah, Goodfellas. What's the other one? Mean Streets. Yeah, that's one of Harvey Keitel and a very.
Whoa! He just pushed the wrong button. He'll be back. He'll be back.
But yeah, Mean Streets is another De Niro. I don't know if you've seen that one. It's a very early De Niro and Martin Scorsese, 1973.
I don't like. I don't follow all the De Niro movies.
Yeah.
Like Meet the Parents. Like we're just gonna not talk about Meet the Parents.
What about Meet the Fockers or
Meet the Fockers? That's what I meant. Meet the Fockers. Yeah.
It's a franchise now. It's Meet the Parents.
Oh my God. Fockers. Yeah. No.
Yeah. It's not that I'm a fan of De Niro. but I'm a really big fan of Martin Scorsese, and a lot of the movies that I've seen that he's made, I really enjoy a lot.
I like De Niro a lot. I mean, he played Frankenstein, for God's sakes, and I love that Mary Shelley's Frankenstein movie. I think it's fantastic. So yeah, I De Niro does things that I like, but he also does things that I don't give a shit about. So it really, I don't know how. It's the weird thing because he's in gangster and mob movies that I like, but he's also in ones that I don't like. So I don't know why that is. It seems like if I liked one, I should probably like another, but there's definitely like this door that closes on some of these movies. Like, I don't want to watch this, which is interesting to me because a lot of the stuff that we've been talking about, he's in it. So I don't know. He was in Joker. I hated Joker. So
what about Once Upon a Time in America?
I haven't seen that.
See, well, the thing about Joker, and this is what I really hated, Mark Maron was in that movie, and
I don't know who that is.
Mark Maron's a comedian. He was the assistant to Robert De Niro in the Joker movie. Okay. So he was that guy, right?
Yep.
Well, before the movie came out, and they were talking about Mark Maron being in the movie, the entire internet was saying Mark Maron's got a big role in this movie, big role. He has no role in that movie. He had like 2 scenes, and he's not a relevant character. It made no sense to me. They're like, yeah, Mark Maron, man, he's going to be on the Joker movie. And it's like, I think those are just the people who listen to his podcast that they're like, yeah, Mark Maron's going to be the best Joker, blah, blah, blah. And it's like, he's just an assistant to Robert De Niro on a TV show.
I'm going to tell you something about the Joker movie. Okay. If y'all haven't seen it, I don't care. It's too late. The Joker movie didn't happen. It's all in his head. All of it. Every bit. Watch the Joker again. It is all in his head. None of it happened. And that's honestly, it's the only way that you can even attempt to do a Joker sequel. Because otherwise it's just ridiculous. What they did and what they created doesn't make any sense.
Right.
I understand that DC is actively creating their multiverse thing. So there is that possibility of like, yeah, this is just a Joker over here, and we have another Joker over here, and there are 3 Jokers now in the DC universe, which is just like this is dumb. But I digress.
They announced the 3 Jokers in 2016. It took them 4 years to finally get to that point, and then at that point,
DC's a mess right now. DC's a mess.
Because all the layoffs too that are going on. But with the 3 Jokers, it was like because that was the big thing of Rebirth when they did DC Rebirth 4 years ago. They're like, yeah, there's gonna be 3 Jokers, blah blah blah. Took 4 years, and you know what? I just don't fucking care anymore. It's like you had my interest in 2016. Now it's like I'm done. Not even gonna give it a chance.
Yeah, the comic book world is a whole different podcast, and we should probably do something like that one of these days. But basically, the Joker is how Lost ended. Yeah, basically, if you watch it again, just watch it, kind of think about it beyond what the story is. Like, think beyond the story, what it's showing you. What you think you're supposed to see, all of it is in his head. So, or at least 90% of it. So, yeah. Spoiler alert. They'll never tell you that unless there's a sequel and they bring out and tell you. But
the Lost ending. I remember I watched that show every week for so many years.
You know what? Lost. Man, we are on Tangent City with this. Yeah. We're just everywhere. Lost. I really thought there was going to be I saw a couple episodes. I wasn't really loving it, but then there was the one episode where the dude, the older dude who was playing himself off as like, hey, I'm this big game hunter and I do this, blah, blah, blah. Yeah. And then we find out that he's just a nerd and he's like a board game nerd and stuff because they show like his backstory.
Yeah. And he's in a wheelchair.
Yeah. And I was like, this is brilliant because you have this concept of putting these people on an island.
Yep.
Anyone can say they're anything.
Yep.
Like they can literally like recreate themselves and be like, no, I'm not this guy who lives in my mom's basement or whatever. I am this guy. And no one would know the otherwise. And I was like, this is really smart. This could be really cool. And then all of that just was like, nah, fuck that. We're just going to keep, doing this weird story. And I just lost interest in it. And then I started to hear about the polar bear and the black smoke monster. And I was like,
yeah.
Now I'm not coming back. Sorry, JJ.
And then at one point they were, they turn a wheel and then the island just disappears. And then, it was. And There are a lot of good actors.
And I like JJ. I like a lot of what JJ does, but that just didn't land. That did not land. So I did watch the finale, and I was so lost. I was like, I don't literally. I was lost. But I was like, this is. I don't get it. I don't get it. Clearly, I needed to watch the show because I don't get it.
Yeah,
but I've had it explained to me many times by many fans of like their thought processes and how it worked, and I was like, okay, that's fine. I get it. That's cool. But yeah, no, I can't. It's like Heroes, I never watched Heroes, and then it was on Netflix for a while, so I was like, well, I could watch it. Okay, let's try it out. And I think I got through almost the whole first season, and then I forgot about it, and I just never came back to it. So I was like, well, that clearly wasn't that exciting then.
Yeah, it was like save the cheerleader, save the universe.
Yeah. And then from what I was told, season 2 and 3 were just garbage anyway. So I was like, I guess I didn't miss anything.
I remember, I'll never forget the day that Lost ended because it was May 23rd, 2010.
Okay.
And I was watching it. I was like, this is going to be a day I'm never going to forget. And then it was such a shit ending. I was like, fuck this show. I can't believe I wasted my time watching this fucking thing. But, I mean, it wasn't as bad as The Sopranos ending.
I never watched The Sopranos, but I know what you're talking about. I remember remember the uproar, and that was really like early internet days. It wasn't like it is now, and we'd all be on the 2 minutes later we'd all be online going, "God damn The Sopranos!"
It's like I was like any new shit like Mandalorian, whenever they were doing Game of Thrones and all that, I was like, I can't be on Facebook for a day. If I miss it when it goes live and I have to watch it the next day, I can't be on social media because I know someone's going to say something or hint at something because everyone likes to post statuses on Facebook and they're like, I'm not going to spoil much, but literally Jon Snow dies. And it's like, what?
Spoiler alert, the child is not a vegan. Let's all get over it. Let's get over it. Let's move on.
Yeah. Oh, don't even get me started on The Mandalorian, the latest episode.
That's definitely a podcast to be done too.
Yeah.
But
yeah, going back. Where is David ever coming back?
I don't know. Let me send him the link again just to make sure it should be the same link, but like you said, here he comes. Pop.
That's what she said.
We were just about to go send you the link again. But there you are.
Now you're doing that creepy ass clicking, Tom. So it's gonna be on my end.
That's got to be on your end. So if you need to go out and come back, is it working for you, Jim? Do I sound clicky to you?
Let me log back in.
Are you talking in clicks like?
It's my internet.
No, do I sound fine? Like is the
yeah, you guys sound
okay?
fine.
Yeah, it's a you, David. So pop out, come on back. Yep.
Clicks and beeps. I don't know. When he comes back, we should just start doing that. And see what he does. Yeah, Boondock Saints. That's a good crime movie.
So I haven't seen that either. Is that the one with the guy from The Walking Dead?
Yeah, Norman Reedus. Yeah, it's the first one's really good, and the second one really sucks.
Okay,
God's still doing it.
Maybe he doesn't hear it.
I don't know what happened there. Something weird happened.
God.
Well, as long as it's broadcasting fine, then we'll be fine. You can just see, there you go.
There you go.
It's fine. It's fine.
I'm back.
Yeah.
Good.
Sorry about that.
Who's in the Untouchables? The young guy. He was in that movie with Robert Downey Jr. What's his name?
Marvel?
Young guy, glasses. Not fucking Kevin Costner. I don't like Kevin Costner.
What do you mean you don't like Kevin Costner?
I don't like Kevin Costner. Kevin Costner. I can't stand Kevin Costner. If it's not a baseball movie or a fucking Waterworld, all of his movies suck. I don't know why they kept.
Waterworld, I agree.
It's like,
who are we talking about? Andy Garcia? Who are you trying to find here?
Andy Garcia.
Yeah, from the Untouchables. Who are we trying to find?
It was the young guy from Untouchables.
Young guy, glasses.
Yeah.
He was in other things.
Yeah.
Why am I blanking on his name? Unless I'm thinking of a different movie. Hold on. Okay, Google. Cast. If I see his face, I'll know.
There was Sean Connery, Alex Trebek.
Sean Connery. No. Maybe it was. God damn it. Maybe it wasn't. Why does Kevin Costner come like really late on the list? Like there's like stand-ins for the movie
Yeah.
on the cast, and then like he's like at the very end.
We have like the lunch lady, the green room person, Kevin Costner.
What's the guy's name from Gladiator?
Oh,
Russell Crowe?
Russell Crowe. I'm thinking of what movie am I thinking of? Russell Crowe.
I don't think he was in Untouchables.
I don't know. You have gone. No, Russell Crowe's not in Untouchables.
Yeah.
He's a dirty cop. No, not Nice Guys. It's something else. Maybe it's not American. L.A. Confidential. That's what I'm thinking.
Oh,
of.
L.A. Confidential.
I mixed L.A. Confidential with the Untouchables. That's
right. Giovanni was on it right there. He had it right when you said it.
Oh, damn. Yeah, he said it.
Guy Pearce. That fucking guy.
Oh,
Guy Pearce.
Oh, Guy Pearce. Okay.
Iron Man 3, Robert Downey Jr. He's a villain.
He was actually supposed to be Fing Fang Foom, or whatever his name is.
Fing Fang Foom?
Yeah.
Fing Fang Foom is a dragon.
Yeah.
He was supposed to be a... Wait, what?
They was supposed to be the dragon in the third one. They got Guy Pearce instead.
What?
He was
What?
To the dragon.
What?
How can you...
Yep.
No, Fing Fang Foom is literally a dragon, like Godzilla.
Yeah.
Yeah, they would have... So he would have been... what Dave is saying is that he would have been the villain.
Yeah, he was supposed to be the villain.
Instead of fake Mandarin and Guy Pearce.
Yeah.
Screw you, Shane Black.
I know, right? That's why I like Shane Black. Sometimes I want to go to him and go,
I mean, if you think about it,
that would have been ridiculously fun.
Iron Man 3 was the start of what, phase 2 or phase 3 of the Marvel Cinematic Universe?
Okay.
It was the start of one of the phases, or the end of one of the phases, right?
Yeah. Yes.
And it was the next Marvel movie after the Avengers. So a lot of people expected Iron Man 3. Granted, it made more than the Avengers, I think.
It made $1 billion.
Oh yeah.
People were expecting Iron Man 3 to be like the best Marvel movie, action packed, and like I remember seeing the trailers, like, wow, they're gonna have not Mandalorian, the fucking Mandarin in it. That's gonna be fucking awesome. And then you get fucking Ben Kingsley, and then they try to redeem it like a couple years later with the shorts where he's in jail.
No, you screwed it up. Ben Kingsley was a great cast for The Mandalorian.
Hell yeah.
But the story they had was like, what is this? Dude?
I remember just yelling.
I was so mad. I
was pissed. I went to the midnight premiere of Iron Man 3. I was like, yes, man, new Marvel movie. And then it's like, I'm blowing up all my suits. And then like the next like 10 movies, he's got more suits. And it's like, this doesn't make any sense.
He's got Ultron.
Yeah, Ultron and freaking Guy Pearce is the villain. He was a dick to him on a roof in the 90s, and all of a sudden he's like, I'm gonna ruin Tony Stark's career. Like, what? He's almost as bad as fucking Jake Gyllenhaal in Spider-Man: Homecoming. It's like Tony Stark.
Well, I get tickled because I got a friend of mine, like, he don't like seeing the Marvel movies like in the theater.
Yeah.
And like, so I'd be the one that'd be like, okay, fine, I'll go and I'll tell you what's about. I don't care. And so like I'd go see a Marvel movie, like especially the newest ones. He's like, well, what'd Tony fuck up this time? That's what causes something. And so I went saw Spider-Man, the new Spider-Man. He's like, well, what'd Tony fuck up this time? I'm like,
yeah.
So,
Tony Stark is the reason for half the villains in the Marvel universe.
Well, that's like Batman. I mean, it's the whole thing about escalation. It's like, oh, there's a dude in a bat suit, so I'll be the Penguin and I'll be the Joker and I'll be whatever, you know.
Yep.
If Batman just went away, they wouldn't be there anymore. They'd be like, we stole all the diamonds. Let's go home.
Let's go home. Yep. We got the monies.
Just negotiate with the terrorists is what
it's It's a heist movie gone right.
I still think the best thing that came out of the Batman movies to this day.
Which Batman movies?
Oh, no.
Which ones?
That made up deal that somebody made of like when he was interrogating the Joker, and like Batman's like, and the Joker's like, okay, well, whatever. If I can understand you, we can have like a legitimate conversation.
Oh, the fake YouTube stuff you're talking about.
He punches the Joker, and the Joker's like, dude, come on, let's just talk this through, man. He's like,
Where is
Yeah,
she?
that guy's pretty funny. That guy's
That
pretty
was
funny.
funny.
Where's
Yeah.
Rachel?
Where's Rachel?
Yeah.
Hey. I'm like,
Christian Bale can try to be John Connor, but he's always going to be Batman. God. There's another movie that sucked. Terminator Salvation.
damn, are we going that way?
You know, I keep thinking that it's not that bad, and then I end up seeing it, and I'm like, this is bad.
I wish just give me a Terminator sequel to Terminator 2 with Eddie Furlong.
No, listen,
had
it's
it.
over. The franchise is over, guys.
I
It's
want
done.
I want
done.
Eddie. I want Eddie to be living in Sarah Connor's basement because if you've seen photos of him recently, he's super fat now, and he's just like,
it's
"Mom,
over.
I'm thinking of Terminator
done.
coming to kill me,"
The
and then she's
franchise
like,
is over.
Did you see the new one, Jim?
It's
I saw
over.
I saw all the way. I almost saw all the new one. I didn't
Did
see
you see
all
the
of it.
beginning of the new one?
Yeah, where they kill him.
Yeah.
Spoiler alert.
They CG,
No
they-
one saw
they-
the movie, so that's a real spoiler.
They Michael Jackson hologrammed a young Eddie into the movie just to kill him.
Yep. I
It's
was
like-
so pissed when I saw that.
There's too many freaking timelines because there's the one before that was the one where they went back in time to the 80s, and all of a sudden
Genesis.
J.K. Simmons is like a cop in the 80s, but then like now he's like, I've studied Terminators for years. Wait,
Dude, the TV show blew the whole continuity up. I mean,
Oh,
yeah,
yeah.
Sarah Connor Chronicles.
you know,
Killed it.
listen, that franchise is dead. It
James
is.
Cameron's going to keep making them until
No.
Avatar comes out. He's like,
No.
fine, I'll just keep making Terminator movies.
Terminator is over. I'm sorry, guys. The Terminator is
agree.
over.
People are like, yeah, man, we want more Avatar movies. What's that? You want another Terminator? Here you go. And literally, how many Terminator movies have come out since Avatar came out? Three. Terminator Salvation, Terminator Genesis, Terminator. What was the other one?
Crap.
Yeah, Terminator.
Take a crap.
Terminator Poopy Head. I
Yeah,
can't
you
remember.
can bring back Linda Hamilton, but you can't, and Arnold Schwarzenegger, but
You still got to have a story, guys.
wait, you saw that new one, right? Where he's
Yeah.
a lover, like the Terminator fell in love.
Oh yeah.
The
yeah,
robot
yeah.
has feelings. The robot has feelings. What? What?
He's a lover now, not a hater, because he felt bad for John Connor. Another spoiler. I don't give a shit. Oh god.
Like you mean to tell me that woman slept with the Terminator for how many years? And there was like not one moment where she was like, "Let's go on vacation." And they get in a plane. He goes through a metal detector at the airport, and they're like, "Ding ding 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 ding." He's like, "I don't
Maybe
know what to tell
okay.
you."
This is gonna be really, really rude and crude. Maybe it's like off 7 with the guy with the one part with the lust part. Think
Oh,
about it, but without the knife.
yeah. Speaking of
I
robots
was
and
like,
love,
what the hell?
speaking of robots and love, not the TV show, the movie, Westworld, Future
Yeah.
World.
Yeah.
I think Future World's the most underrated sequel. I really wish they would actually do the TV show with Future World. That'd be really cool
Yeah.
to see. But also, like, you could have sex with robots. Like, the TV show took it to a whole new level. Like, but also, like, Westworld was a '70s movie. Like it's a very dated, and it's for the time. It makes a lot of sense. It's like, free love, sex, drugs, and rock and roll. It's like, yeah, we're having sex with robots in this movie.
Yeah,
And
but
we
it
have
makes
a
sense
sequel.
now because there's real sex robots in the world.
Yeah.
It's, Westworld was, I want to say it was good. I'm not sure if it really was or not. I want to say it was good. I think it was good enough, but it was really, the way that they told the story was so convoluted
Yeah.
that I was having a hard time figuring out, like, where am I here with all of this? Like, I got lost. So
Yeah.
I enjoyed it. Like, I like Westerns and stuff. So it was good, but I didn't watch season 2. I didn't even bother because like
I didn't either.
I'm kind of confused and I understand the ending. So I'm just going to stop and I'm just going to pretend that, she escaped and we're fine.
Wait, no, that was the end of season 2.
Season 1, she got out of season 1, she was on the train, like leaving at the end of season 1.
Because wasn't it?
Was it
three
season 1?
seasons of that?
There's 3 seasons.
Oh,
Yeah.
really?
I haven't seen the newest season. I'm pretty sure I saw season 1 and season 2.
I've seen season 1.
They all kind of blur together because I remember everyone was like, "You got to see Westworld. You got to see Westworld." I'm like, "I've seen Westworld. Westworld came out freaking 50 years ago." They're like, "No,
Yeah.
no, the TV show." I was like, someone was trying to sell me on. I'm like, "Did you ever see the movie?" And they go, "No,
Watch
I've never
the movie.
I never saw Westworld the movie." It's like, go watch the movie, and like they don't even realize it was there were two movies.
Yeah.
Never saw them. They just watch the show and think it's like they talk
God.
it up. Westworld's greatest thing ever. It's like you guys never watched the movies.
Yeah, it's 40 years old, dude. What are you
Yeah.
talking about?
God, that ending scene with not giving away, like when his face falls off. I remember seeing that as a kid.
Yeah.
It creeped me the hell out so bad.
Well, that's like they did that in Bionic Woman with the fembots. The face
Yeah.
would come off.
Well,
Fembots. Every time I think of that, I just think of Austin Powers.
Yeah, but he just ripped
Yeah.
that off. He just ripped that off from Bionic Woman.
every time I think of that, I think of John Travolta and Nicolas Cage. Face Off.
Face Off. Oh, that's a good one. That's a very hated John Travolta and Nicolas Cage movie for some reason. I don't know why. There's a lot of people that don't like that movie, but I think it's great. That's the one where that face that Nicolas Cage makes, like they turn that into a meme. Yeah, where he's
Yeah.
Also that scene makes no sense. Why is he in a church choir just grabbing someone's ass like?
Yeah, like he grabs
what?
that kid's ass. I'm like, what the hell, dude?
I'm gonna cut his face off.
I just remember like one quick thing about that. Like we went to the theater to see that, and me and Christy was like expecting. I went with Christy because she's a huge Nicolas Cage, John Travolta fan. I know, but we went. We wasn't like expecting nobody there. It was like, oh, nobody's gonna see Face Off. They don't know what the hell it was. That thing had a 2-hour wait to see it. We went and saw it. We're like, what the hell?
It's like it's got the guy from Greece and the guy from Raising Arizona. It's gonna be a great movie, I promise.
Yeah, and I'm just like. We watched it. I loved it. It's one of my favorites. But I was like, "Damn, 2-hour wait! Holy hell!"
Yeah, I like that one's pretty good. And what's the one where he's on the plane?
Oh, Broken Arrow.
Speed.
No,
Broken Arrow.
No.
Travolta's Broken Arrow.
Yeah.
I think.
Fly to the Concorde, Fly to the Phoenix.
There's Executive Decision.
One where he's on the plane.
Oh,
Cyrus the Virus.
Oh God, Con Air, dude.
Con Air.
Con Air. Yeah, Con Air. Yeah,
I love that movie.
Con
Yeah,
Air,
Con
where he
Air.
has like this terrible mullet thing
Yeah.
happening.
Yeah, like yeah. Yeah, John Malkovich, and then they write that message on the one dude. They throw him out of a plane.
Yeah. Dave Chappelle was in it. Remember that?
Was it Chappelle?
Yep. Dave Chappelle was in it.
You're right. You're right.
The dude that like lit the guy beside him on fire.
Yeah, they got it. Mike got it. Shawnee got it. Hey, Shawnee's in here. So,
Yeah.
guys, those that are watching in the room. And actually, I don't know. Do we have 3 different
Yeah.
top 2s? Like my top 2 is Casino and Heat.
Oh yeah.
Okay, so as far as mob and crime movies go,
Yeah.
Oh yeah, absolutely. So, David, what are yours?
Oh, I'm gonna have to go with Goodfellas and Untouchables.
Okay, because I was gonna go with Reservoir Dogs for heist, and I want to say Goodfellas. There's so many good mob movies that I really like. Goodfellas,
Yeah.
I probably think Goodfellas the most, but also The Godfather Part 2 is really, really good. Like, dude kills his brother. I mean,
guess that's
So
not
why is Godfather 2 better than 1?
Yeah.
because
I feel like that's an Empire Strikes Back thing. Like Star Wars was good, but Empire was better. So Godfather was good, but 2 is better.
because not only do you get to see Michael being, the head of the family, but also you get flashbacks to Vito Corleone, which is Michael's father, who was played by Robert De Niro. He played a young Vito, and so like you see like how he became the Godfather, right? So it's like an origin, but also it's a continuation. So it's a prequel and a sequel in one movie.
Okay. All right.
Pretty interesting. I mean, and
definitely
there's
see
just,
the first one before the second one.
there's so many good lines. I mean, you betrayed me, Fredo. I mean, and then but also Godfather's really good too. Like Godfather's so good that there's literally a pause in the movie where it says intermission in the movie.
Well,
Damn, how long is it?
2001, The Space Odyssey had that too.
Yeah.
Well, yeah.
And intermission doesn't make your movie good
Oh no.
necessarily.
The movies that I've seen that have that have been really good. I like Stanley Kubrick, so I mean Stanley Kubrick,
Yes.
and Francis Ford Coppola, Martin Scorsese. I love all those guys.
Stanley Kubrick's got to be a show topic one day.
What you call it? Guy from Full Metal Jacket. Met that guy.
Oh, Christy
Private Joker. He was in the Stranger Things TV show.
He was in Memphis Belle, all that.
Oh
yeah.
no, Christy met
Drill Sergeant?
Sergeant.
No, but my dad met him.
Nice.
My dad was in the Army, and yeah, like that guy would go like before he died,
Yeah.
he would go like on all these USO tours and like go overseas and visit troops. Super cool dude.
Kubrick
Yeah,
is a
super
guy
cool.
like Tim Burton for me. Like, there's a couple of things that I like, and then the rest of it, I'm like, this
Yeah.
is, I can't watch any of this.
There's some movies, there's some movies that he did.
I mean,
that,
that's almost any director, to be fair.
Yeah.
But
right, yeah. Like was Eyes Wide Shut.
Never saw it. I didn't want to see it. I had no.
I watched it. I remember watching it, but I didn't understand it. Like, I don't know if I was not like cued in on what if I was like in the cloud or something. That's the Tom Cruise movie, right?
That's one. Yeah, that's one Tom Cruise.
Yeah, that's one that I actually went to go look at not long ago. I was like, I see if I can find this on Amazon or something, but it was never there. There's a lot of that stuff that I think when I was coming up and I was a kid-ish, teens and early 20s, right. I was just not in the mindset for a lot of that stuff.
Yeah.
I was Star Wars man and this, all that kind of stuff.
Rock and roll hula hoops.
And yeah, right, exactly. Rock and roll hula hoops. That's exactly right. That was my 20s, was the rock and roll hula hoops. And I was like so comic book, like heavy duty comic books, man. It was like real for me back in the day.
Oh yeah.
It's kind of weird how a lot of that stuff like comes back around. Like, I don't know that it's in here, and then all of a sudden there'll be a conversation, and I'll be like, "Oh yeah, Ron Lim did that." I'm just like, where did that come from? Holy God.
Remember.
Okay.
Yeah.
Just really quick. Let's do this really quick. I've got a question for you two guys. What comic book got you into comics full time?
Oof.
I was basically hooked once I had Godzilla. Like,
Okay.
I was back getting more Godzilla comics, and then because of the ads that were in the book, I was like, okay, what is all this stuff? But the next book that I bought after Godzilla was Ghost Rider.
Hell yeah.
Because I was like, okay, that's
which Ghost Rider. Was it Danny Ketch or was it Johnny Blaze?
well, this is old stuff. This is 70s, 80s Johnny Blaze.
Damn, yeah.
Stuff. That was where I started to kind of expand outwards. And then it was Turok. Turok was running, and I was like, yes, dinosaurs, man. Yeah. That is one of the worst written books you will ever read in your life. If you go back and read it, it's like, this is terrible. This is so terrible. But
how come they've never done a Turok movie?
Oh, it's been talked about many times, but the rights bounce around. There was a video game,
Yeah,
those couple
the video games were really like
Hill.
They did a video game in like the mid 2000s, and it was really, really good. And they didn't do anything.
So hard, dude.
It was so fun. I love that game.
I know.
Well, even the most recent, like Turok is now at Dynamite, and they did some kind of weird, like they instead of being an Indian, they made him a black dude. It was just like, what are we doing? This is like really weird. Yeah. And
you lost me at Dynamite. It's like Dynamite has them. Damn it.
Basically, yeah. Basically, yeah. Dynamite has like all that Gold Key stuff. They have like Magnus Robot Fighter, Solar, all that stuff. And so it's like, I don't know, but it's really weird that I can't figure out, like, even when he was with Valiant, I was like, oh, this is cool. He's got like this crazy sci-fi bow that does like weird shit. And I was like, this could be cool. And then like Bart Sear was there for 3 issues and then he was gone. And then it just became like this nothing book. I'm like, how do you not write a dinosaur hunt? How can you not write this? What is going on that this book cannot succeed? Very strange to me.
Yeah, and to go off your question, David, I'd have to say, it's kind of quite a few books, because so I got my dad's collection when I was a kid, so it's all the books that he bought when he was a kid. So I got the Uncanny X-Men 129, First Kitty Pryde. That got me into the X-Men. Also, I remember we were watching X2 X-Men United, and my dad was like, I don't really like the X-Men. And I was like, that's going to be my favorite comic book of all time because my dad doesn't like it. And I've owned every single issue since. But I couldn't afford to buy comics as a kid. And I'd spend it on stupid shit like that. I was a Pokemon, Yu-Gi-Oh! Bullshit card.
Oh, hell yeah,
card
dude.
game kid. And then once I got real money, adult money, then I was like, okay, I can start collecting comics now. And the first series that I actually read that was coming out at the time was like on a weekly basis. Like I was going in, it wasn't on my pull list because at the time I was in the Navy, so I was always deployed. But no one was buying the issues, so I just kept buying the back issues. Was the Dakin Dark Wolverine?
Oh yes.
Because I didn't know anything about this character. I didn't know about the Dark Avengers and all that. I missed that. There's a lot of stuff
does. Nobody does now.
Dark Avengers I thought was really cool. And
Dark Avengers was a good book.
Yeah.
I read Dark Avengers. How the hell did that happen? I don't know. But Dark Avengers was a good book. It was a really solid book.
Yeah.
Yeah, I really enjoyed that stuff. That's what got me into the modern, I guess, the modern time comic books. But I've always loved the Chris Claremont run of X-Men. That's always a favorite. I just wish they would do the movies justice. Those movies that Bryan Singer made, God damn him. Damn him to hell.
They were entertaining, but that was it.
It's like, yeah, we did an X-Men movie, and and here's why I don't like Halle Berry. Because in 1999, so it came out 2000, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
So 1999, they did it. It was like in 1999, 2000. They did an interview with Halle Berry, and she goes, "Well, they're casting me in superhero movies, and that's like bottom of the barrel."
Yeah,
like,
I remember her saying that.
You.
Well,
Fuck
but
you,
at the time, it was like a real thing.
It's true.
Yeah.
I mean, this is
Catwoman was around, and Green Lantern was around, and it was like, no, Green Lantern came later.
It was like Blade,
but
Fantastic Four.
Outside of Batman, it was like, what do we have going on here?
Yeah, and that was after the failure of the last Batman movie. In the night, it was right after George Clooney Batman. That's when they were like, maybe we're done with these superheroes. Yeah.
Yeah.
God damn.
Mine was I remember back when I was getting ready to graduate high school, and so I was kind of late to the game a little bit. But mine was I discovered the death of Superman is what got me into it. Dan Jurgens. His art, I liked his art and everything and all. And then I discovered when I was going to get copies of Death of Superman, I discovered Danger Girl and J. Scott Campbell and all. And I started getting those. I started getting Danger Girl.
See, do you want to know? This is an interesting little segue here for that Death of Superman. Comics used to be so part of pop culture. They are now a little, but not what they were. Now it's about the movies. So it's the characters, but it's not the comics. But when the comics were running and the Death of Superman happened, I was working at a comic shop at the time. And so Wednesday, I don't think it was Wednesday at the time. I think it was Thursday, on new release day. I was getting up to go to work, and there was a school kind of close to my house. So kids would walk up to school that day. And so that morning, some kid was walking up. I don't know, it was probably 10, 11, something like that. He was walking up to school, and he was humming the theme to Superman from the movie. So clearly somebody's dad, was like, "Hey, Superman dies tomorrow. Let's watch the movie," but that's how it used to be. Like comics meant something to the general populace. Something happened and it was reported on and it was part of news. Rob Liefeld was on the frickin' Tonight Show, for God's sakes. Or one of those. I don't know if it was David Letterman or Johnny Carson. And we've lost all of that. for some reason. Somehow the creation of comics is no longer relevant to the general populace of comics. It's become niche. I think, I think there's got to be a reason for that.
It's because not they glorify all the people in Hollywood. They're like, I'd rather talk to Tobey Maguire than Dan Slott, who's been writing Spider-Man for 10 years. Like,
right.
Like, he played Spider-Man in 3 movies, which is like 6 hours total. But Dan Slott's got a whole freaking. How many issues of Spider-Man did he write? Hundreds.
50.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
He wrote it for a very long time.
And it's like I've said this, like, why at cons, if you're gonna have fine, you're gonna put Tobey Maguire up on the stage or whoever's playing Spider-Man, that's fine. Put them next to the people making the comic book.
Exactly.
Too. Like, why the hell aren't we connecting the dots? At these cons, like, hey, this guy plays Spider-Man. Guess what? This guy created Spider-Man, and I don't mean just Stan Lee, but like whoever's currently making Spider-Man, like whoever the current artist and writer is. Like, it's crazy. It's crazy how we can't figure out how to connect these dots.
I went to a con one time. This is actually in Springfield, Missouri. They got the guy, and I forgot his name. Forgive me. That helped create Captain America was Stan Lee. And they had
is that Joe Simon?
Joe Simon. That's it. Simon. Thank you, man. I met him, and he was up here, and he was signing autographs all, and the dude was awesome. Like, he was just amazing to talk to. He talked to me for like 2 hours because nobody was coming to his table. They didn't know who he was up here. And, I felt so terrible for this guy because, it's around when the first, Captain America came out, and he's like, here I am. He goes, I'm in my 80s.
Yeah.
And he goes, I'm actually seeing my character come on the big screen.
Alan Bellman was a Golden Age artist. He was doing shows until basically the day he died.
Yeah.
He's Captain America artist.
I mean, it's ridiculous. Like, we lose these old guys, and all of a sudden people are like, oh my God, I have to get those comics.
Yep.
F you, dude.
Yeah.
F you. You didn't give two shits until it was like, oh my God.
He died. Like, death in comics, whether it be a writer, creator, a character in the comic book, means profits. Possibly. The death of Superman was kind of like a fuck you because they brought him back a year later.
Yeah, it was a big.
Well, listen, Superman's not going to die.
You can't kill the biggest character.
You don't kill off a multi-million-dollar franchise. This is not going to happen. But I did like the way that they did it. Like, they took a year, they created this new world without a Superman. But obviously, and that's one of the downfalls, I think, to these mainstream comics is nothing can truly happen to them.
Right.
Even like if you killed off Lois Lane, technically Superman could keep going, right? But you can't kill these characters off.
There's infinite multiverses that they could just find another Lois Lane and bring her in. Yeah. Like, I'm Lois Lane from Earth 69 or
Whoa, hello.
See, that was one of the things that I really liked about I don't know what it was called, All New X-Men or something, because Jean Grey had been dead for many, many years, right? And they brought the original X-Men team from the past into the present.
Yes.
And I was like, holy crap, this could be awesome. And especially because in my mind, I'm thinking this has to be a finite thing because eventually they have to send them back to reset the timeline.
Yeah.
And so I was like, this is really smart. This is really fun. You have Jean Grey without bringing Jean Grey back. And it was really cool. Well, here we are a decade later, and these damn characters are still running around the Marvel Universe, and they haven't gone back in the timeline. And suddenly Iceman's gay.
Yeah. So it's basically the X-Men from the same time in the 60s. They brought back some modern times.
Yes.
But what they retconned it to where basically Beast thought he went back in time to bring the X-Men to the present to say, hey, all y'all fucked up. Look at all y'all fucking up here.
Yeah.
He actually went to another reality, another Earth.
That's terrible.
And brought
who retconned that? Because he should be fired.
I can't remember who wrote it, but yeah, I picked up. I have every single issue of that All New X-Men series, and when it first came out, I was like, "This is awesome!" Because like literally, there are panels in like the first issue that is like that's a panel from like X-Men 6 or 7. It's really neat. It's like you don't see that, and you don't see that enough to reference a issue that came out 50, 60 years ago.
Yeah,
but
that's cool.
They fucked that all. Like they made the young Beast like he got the powers of Doctor Strange at some point.
The hell?
Yeah. I mean, then Cyclops goes off to hang out with his dad, in space, and it's like, oh wow, I get to hang out with my dad in space. So it's like it's a dad in space, and that series got canceled. Quasar or whatever, Kazar.
No, not Kazar. Kazar is the jungle guy.
Well, they all spell and sound the same.
It's Corsair.
Corsair.
I like it being Kazar.
The Starjammers, man.
Yeah,
Come on.
Starjammers. Yeah, the characters that weren't relevant for 20 years are like, let's bring them back and have his son go on adventures with them. That'll be fun. And then it gets canceled.
Cyclops in space.
Yeah, and then they tried doing the Power of X, House of X. I'm like,
oh, jeez.
Done with the X titles.
Was that like here recently, or was that?
That was last year. Yeah, last year.
God.
House of X, Power of X. They try to redo the whole series, and like there's like pages in those issues where it's just like blank text that you have to read. I'm like, fuck this. I'm not gonna read all this blank text like explaining what happened, and just here's a picture of their living rooms and where each of them sleep. And if you notice that Jean's room is connected to Logan's room, and it's also connected to Cyclops' room. So it's like, wow. So they're having a three-way of Jean Grey, I guess. I don't know. I don't get it. They don't show it in the book, so what's the point of even showing the rooms are connected?
You might as well go the totally rad route and just go for it.
Yeah, I mean, come on. If you're going to give me a diagram of the entire X mansion and the way the rooms work, show me what's going on in those rooms. Show me why the rooms connected.
Why are those rooms connected, Jim?
Yeah, don't leave these subtle hints. Like,
that's funny.
Oh.
That's too funny.
That is funny. That's funny. Oh my gosh.
And why is that goddamn hair sticking up on my head?
So
this is a something about Mary moment, I feel like.
Oh, yeah. See, I was going to go with Alfalfa. I was going to go with Alfalfa from Little Rascals, the movie Little Rascals.
Well, dang it, Spanky. And that
can
go back.
Which is your favorite Little Rascal? Alfalfa or Spanky? And for those of you who don't know, that's a quote from a wonderful comedy starring the late and great Chris Farley.
Yep.
Tommy Boy. Now, Tom, have you seen Tommy Boy?
Sure.
Okay. Well, there's a lot of movies that you haven't seen that we've talked about tonight, so I just want to make sure.
No, all my friends love that stupid shit, so I saw that stuff all the time.
That's a great movie. It's not stupid.
It's okay. It's fun. It's fun. Yeah. There's nothing wrong with it.
That whole Saturday Night Live run that they had for a while, I liked it. I thought it was fun.
That was like the worst rated SNL period. Like one of the worst rated SNL periods, which is really funny when you think about it. It's like if you look at all those guys in their career now and all the stuff that they made while that was happening, it's like these guys are comedic geniuses, but they were just on at the worst time possible in the 90s. And also, they were competing with Mad TV, and Mad TV was somehow beating them in the 80s.
In Living Color, Mad TV.
Yeah. Mad TV was like the most diverse comedy sketch show that they did.
Yeah.
It was hip.
Yeah, Mad TV was great. I love Mad TV.
I love Mad TV.
Got a young Artie Lang back when he had a nose.
Yep.
I don't know if you've seen pictures of him recently. His nose is just like completely flat. It's fucking from all the drugs he did. His nose just collapsed on itself. Just like
Jeez.
Damn.
It's like a little flap like an ear almost just ugh. But apparently he's clean and sober now.
Is he?
Good.
But he's been saying that for like 12 years about being clean and sober. And then he falls off the wagon, gets arrested for cocaine possession and all that. But yeah, speaking of Artie Lang and movies, Dirty Work.
What is it?
Dirty Work.
Saw that in the theater.
Dirty Work is a great movie. It's got Norm Macdonald as the lead role, Artie Lang, and what's his name? Mr. Potato Head.
Yeah, Don Rickles.
Don Rickles. Don Rickles is in it. Chris Farley's in it too. Chris Farley has a fucked up nose in it.
Yep.
Oh, and you know who else is in it? Who plays the bad guy, kind of bad guy?
Who was it?
Ralph Macchio.
That's right.
Karate Kid. This is why Daniel LaRusso was an asshole. It's like,
check it out, Tom. You got to.
No matter what movies you put them in. My Cousin Vinny. Oh, hey, My Cousin. That's not a crime movie though. It's got Joe Pesci in it.
Kinda.
Got Joe Pesci, yeah.
Yeah,
There's the Pesci connection.
That's 6 Degrees of Joe Pesci.
That's right.
Yeah, and a hot Marissa Tomei as usual. Got a hot Anne May.
What's her name? Marissa Tomei.
Yeah.
Oh, and it's got Munster as the judge. Yeah.
Oh, Herman. Yes.
Herman Munster is the judge in that movie. A lot of people forget that. They're like, wait a minute. That's Herman Munster.
Sometimes dead is better.
That's right. He was Pet Cemetery, right? Yeah, that's right.
Oh yeah.
I was just thinking about that scene where somebody cut his Achilles tendon.
Oh,
wasn't that?
God, Tom, you had to bring that up. Jesus, that part gets me every time.
It's the only part of the movie I remember. That's why I sleep with my feet. I never put my feet off the bed. Get the covers, wrap them around. Make sure the bed is extra long. Nothing, no flailing. Anything off the bed.
And kind of spoiler alert, I went ahead and watched the remake, which it's
of the Pet Cemetery.
Yeah, it is what it is. And this time, Tom, I'm going to spoil it for you because I don't know if you're gonna watch it or not. She takes a piece of glass and does it.
Oh, they leave the scene in?
Cool. Oh yeah. But it's a piece of glass this time. I'm like,
it's like God. Poltergeist, the remake of Poltergeist. It's like, this is stupid.
There was no remake
it's the same thing. I mean, there's
no remake of Poltergeist.
I'm telling you, if you're gonna remake a movie, just cast the original cast, same characters, same role. At the age they are now.
The only thing I remember about Poltergeist was the pissed off possessed squirrel.
So wait, in the remake of Poltergeist, is there a clown scene?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, there's clowns this time.
Oh, multiple. What about the tree? Is there a tree scene too? So those are the scenes. See, everyone remembers the scenes where
what
they're here. All I remember is the clown and the tree. That boy got fucked over so much in that movie.
The tree scene in this one it goes throughout the house, the branches grow and it's weird looking CGI.
Oh, see, I hate that. I hate when they do that CGI.
Now, I will contest. I will say one thing, and I'll probably get hell for this. Tom's going to jump on me for this. I know. Bring back.
Oh man, I thought it was a computer crash. Oh wow, he's about to say then.
I like the ending on this one because they showed the other side, the way they done the other side.
It's fine. It's fine.
With the dead bodies was superimposed into everything, the stairs and the.
But it doesn't.
Yeah,
it wasn't. It didn't escalate things enough. It wasn't different enough to be whatever. Like with the Amityville Horror, they did the not Ryan Gosling, Jesus, Ryan Reynolds, Ryan Reynolds version. It tried to bring some things to it, but it was basically just a big jump scare movie. Every time you turn around, there's we're going to jump scare you. But the movie itself was just dumb, and they added these the ritual room, which wasn't true. I mean, they just made a bunch of crap up. I mean, obviously the original movie is based on the DeFeo family anyway, but they just kind of just made up all this weird crap, and they were like, "Oh, let's make a reason for this crap in the room." It's just it was dumb.
You moved the headstones, but you didn't move the bodies.
You moved the headstones.
Did they do that in the remake as well?
No, they didn't.
I don't remember that. I don't remember that.
You moved the headstones, didn't you? That's kind of like what they done. And I was like, well, that was.
Oh God. The guy who played the dad in Poltergeist, he's yelling at the guy, going, "You moved the headstones, but you didn't move the bodies." The guy he's yelling at. You know what other horror movie he's in?
Oh damn, dude! I'm not even answering that.
Return of the Living Dead, Part 1 and Part 2.
Part 1 and Part 2.
He's the guy who works at the Unita medical supply, and then he's also the gravedigger in Part 2. Because he was so good in Part 1, they brought him back for Part 2, but Part 2 was so bad.
Well, they brought both of them back. They brought back
Tom Matthews,
which the guy that was in Friday the 13th Part 6. They played Tommy.
Yep, they probably.
There we go.
Yep. And now we're back to Friday the 13th.
Nope, we're going back to you need a body part.
Wow.
They
Crazy.
have a T-shirt. Go to
Crazy.
Cortez,
Well, we can probably actually start to wrap this up because I have to get ready for the live show.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
But on the Friday the 13th note, Sunday night, 10 p.m. Is going to be our regular night and time, at least for the foreseeable future, guys. So we will be back again next week. On the 6th of December, we will have. Actually, somehow we did 2 episodes and managed to put this together. So, so on episode, I don't know what that'll be. Episode 3, maybe. I guess it's episode 6 on the 6th. That's crazy.
Are we doing an episode the weekend of Black Friday?
Sure, why not?
Oh,
okay. All right. Well, because I know that's also Thanksgiving weekend, so I don't know if you guys.
Mall.
What? Nobody's doing anything. They're just going to be online anyway.
That's true.
So the 6th, December the 6th, we will have a special guest with us. It will be Adam Marcus, who is the director of, yes, you guessed it, Jason Goes to Hell. Yes. He will be joining us, talking about Jason, talking about Friday the 13th franchise, whatever else he wants to talk about. If he's got something else happening, we're happy to help him pitch whatever it is that he's got going on. But Adam Marcus will be with us on December 6th. Be sure you come and watch that episode. I am super excited. I can't believe this happened. Because I decided to get on Halloween night and rip on Jason Goes to Hell.
Did he see the episode? Did he say that he saw the episode?
I haven't asked him.
Damn.
I don't know.
Don't ask him until after we talk to him.
Yeah. I mean, if you remember,
listen, even in his interview that he did on the discs, he knows people tear this movie down. He's heard it all before. So I have no problem being transparent and being like, look, this is how this happened. But the cool thing about that is that I watched the movie again, and then I watched his interview, and like I said, the interview changed the way that I saw the movie.
Oh yeah,
and that's what makes me really excited to have him here, because I kind of want to pick his brain a little bit and go a little deeper into some of the things that he talked about, and see if we can get a little extra out of it for you guys, because there's some things that he talked about that I'm like, okay, but what about how did, and maybe we'll get a little more information, because it really changed the movie for me, just him talking about it. So that's what's going to make this super cool. And thank you, Adam, for joining us, for agreeing to come on. So this will be awesome. So keep your eyes open for that, guys. We'll be obviously keeping up to date announcements and so on as we get forward. But Sunday at 10 is the official Those Movie Guys day and time. Hopefully by December 6th, Dave will know how to run a comb through his hair.
No, this is the new look.
Adam will be coming on. He'll be like, hey, we have Adam Marcus with us. And then he'll be like, no.
Oh, no.
And then just drop out.
Yeah, Tom wants to go drop me out. He'll be like, David's not gonna be here tonight. Sorry.
I'm gonna wear my hockey mask.
I promise I will comb my hair and not fangirl. I promise.
Yeah, dude. When you said that he was coming on, I was sitting there thinking, I'm like, you got to ask him some questions. I was like, oh, I don't want to say what my questions are going to be here, but I got some really good questions. I think
people really be interested in. I was like, there's one I want to ask him really bad. I'm not going to say anything yet.
Yeah.
But yeah, there's one I really want to ask him really bad because I think he was. So and there is one more movie he done. I forgot what it was.
Texas Chainsaw Massacre 3D.
Yes, that was the other one with the cousin.
Yeah.
And I actually like that one. Someone kind of fangirl on that one too.
Yeah, this is super exciting.
It'll be fun. I can't believe it's happening. This is the internet for you guys. You just throw something against the wall and you never know what's going to stick. And somehow this is it. This is happening now. If all goes well, who knows? We might be able to get some other guests in the future. I know a few people who know a few people, and we might be able to start, bringing some folks around, which would be super cool. And we'd actually create some sort of an actual format that we can stick to. So here is the final tally, guys. Casino and Heat are the best. That's it. It's over.
What?
Damn it.
Good fellas. Godfather Part 2.
So yeah, so that's it, guys. That's those are the movies you have to see. Casino and Heat.
Yep.
Forget the rest. Doesn't
I
matter.
actually have to watch
None of the
those.
others matter. None of the others
Bronx
matter.
Tale.
Bronx Tale. Jason Goes
Mean
to Hell. You have
Streets.
to watch out for the next one.
Jason Goes to Hell Part 9. Or Friday 13th Part 9 just goes to hell.
Final Friday.
The final Friday.
Guys, watch that the Saturday before. That's gonna be your assignment.
Watch what?
Friday the 13th Part 9. Jason Goes
How
to Hell.
Oh yeah, no, I'll definitely be watching it
it.
again.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I'll definitely be watching it again.
Out there that's
Especially because I watched the movie and then I watched his interview.
yeah.
So now I want to go back and watch the movie again and sort of think about. But he wasn't just talking about Jason Goes to Hell. He was also talking about the franchise prior, that's what was kind of cool about the whole the whole interview.
The one thing I like about him, he's a huge horror nerd, dude. Like he was going through that interview, just like naming off certain movies, and all. I'm like, holy damn, dude, this guy knows his stuff.
Oh yeah, yeah, absolutely.
He was only what 23, 24 when he made that movie. That's the other crazy thing.
Like,
he was younger than I am now.
Yeah.
And just imagine being a 23, 24-year-old. You're coming on to direct the 9th Friday the 13th movie.
And it's your first movie.
It's your first movie. It's your first movie. And like I can only imagine how much guff that he might have gotten on the set. Like, oh, here comes the director, Mr. 23, 24-year-old. Like, I've been in the Hollywood business for 50 years. I know what I'm doing, god damn it. And he's trying to direct them. Like, I'm sure there was some conflict with some of the people who maybe not cast members, but maybe like the camera guys and all those behind the scenes people. Like I'm sure he went through a tough time with some people like who gave him attitude.
Oh sure, absolutely.
Oh
yeah. So there's our secret, guys. Adam Marcus on the 6th. This has been a fun rabbit hole once again. And we'll be back next week. I don't know what next. Maybe next week will be Sharks. Maybe episode 4.
Sharks. Let's do Sharks. Let's do Sharks because there's a lot of Sharks.
Your job this week is to watch the 4 Jaws movies.
I'll do that.
I'll watch all 4 Jaws. I'm gonna watch all 3 Deep Blue Seas.
No. Just the first.
All 6 Sharknadoes.
No, God, dude.
Sharktopus, Megalodon versus Sharktopus.
So look here. Watch the Jaws movies. We're going to talk about Jaws, okay? Because Jaws is actually an interesting franchise because the first one is not just considered like the best shark movie ever. It's considered to be one of the best movies ever. Yeah,
it was the best movie of all time.
It was.
Yeah, exactly. So let's talk about Jaws. We can talk about the sequels. Jaws 2 is actually a pretty interesting sequel. Jaws 3 and Jaws 4, are what they are. Let's talk Sharks next week. We can talk about this franchise. So watch the movies. Watch all 4 of the movies because trust me, I know you have not seen 2, 3, and 4 in a long time. I have. I watch them regularly. But for the rest of you, 2, 3, and 4 are on your homework list. But then we'll just talk about Sharks in general. The Reef is a great one.
Oh yeah,
Australian movie called The Reef. There's a lot of really good shark movies, but there are an exorbitant amount of terrible shark movies. So we'll do a little shark chat next week. So be ready for that, folks. And like I said, Sunday at 10 next week, it's Shark Night. And thanks, Dave, and thanks, Jim. And for those that are interested, the Comic Book Shopping Network is where I will be heading next at midnight-ish, maybe a little bit late. We'll be doing a 2-hour live sales show tonight with all new comics from the giant 40-box collection that I bought. So we're going to have a good time tonight. So thank you all. We appreciate it. Thank you all for being part of the Ursa Minor Kickstarter. We are officially done. Official final tally is, let me get it here, 17,584, 378 backers. So we did an extra roughly $4,000 from the last Ursa Minor. So that was a great uptick, which was awesome. So we appreciate that, folks. And now it's on to fulfillment for Princesses versus Zombies, fulfillment for the Critter trade paperback, and gearing up for the return of Oz in January. So thank you all for being part of it. Thanks, Dave and Jim. And we'll see you all next week.
Later, guys.